Hey everybody, welcome back to Trekyards. I'm Captain Foley.
We got a new ship! We got a new...
Really?
If you're a long-term fan, you'll get that. I was on national Canadian TV saying that once. But I'm saying it again because, Stuart, I'm Commander Cockins, and we have new Picard ships. Sort of. They weren't actually in episode 1. Sort of.
Yeah, they were in the coming this season on Picard thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we do get about 12 frames, and I have pulled out each frame, and I've done some things and some bobs. This is what I was waiting for, Stuart, and they were seen earlier, and we'll see an example of this. But Stuart, what did you think when you first saw it? And yeah, we've got finally some post Nemesis era ships.
You mean Discovery ships? Yeah.
I don't know. Do I mean that? There's not a render that says Shinjo comparison, is there, in the folder? No, there isn't. We'll wait for that.
I haven't even looked because I talked about this quite a bit last night in my first reaction review when I talked about this, because we did mention this as well. There is a ship here that looks exactly like the Shenzhou from the back, just with new nacelles slapped on. Even though it's probably a tug.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, this is the rescue fleet. This is Mars, so this is where they're building it over Mars. You have these smaller, mostly Argo-looking ships. Although they're going, if you look at the motion, they're actually flying with the blue glows at the back as their impulse engines. They're actually going this way, which is kind of strange. And then you've got these big ships with these cargo containers, and then the primary ship itself. So I think this is and we do see them in the news footage, which we'll cut to. I mean, it was a cut now. So you've got picture 1, picture 2, and then picture 3 is the Rescue Armada, and you can see the one on the right, they're the same ships, you can see. So this is the Rescue Fleet. But Stuart, they do have blue glows and red glows. So they got that right in the sort of correct place. But I mean, do you just see literally a Shinjo? Is that kind of all your brain can see here? Is that the disappointment that I'm seeing on your face then?
The first time I saw it, yeah, that's what I saw, the Shinjo, and it's just kind of locked in. There are some changes, as I said, but those two fins on the top are the visual thing that goes, nope, Shinjo.
So if you look at the first picture, and the ship on the middle right, which is the most visible, doesn't look like Shinjo, because you don't see the fins, and it kind of hides the perspective of the... So that, I think, is interesting, although, like you said, it's basic ship. You know what I mean? These aren't Pride of the Fleet, these aren't whatever. These are just bog standard, and I kind of like the fact that they've just got, like... They're just tugging cargo containers that we have to cram into. Because 900 million people, it's, But then you cut to picture 2, and it's like, yep, those fins are in the exact same position, and this back feels so incredibly Shinjo, even in the nacelles. I mean, it almost feels as if they ran out of money, like they did with the Discovery shuttles, which exist in this era in every single place, town, city, location, everywhere. It's the only shuttle in the entire show. So did they run out of money here and had to kit bash parts of Shinjo? I mean, they've got it already built, but can they really run out of money enough to have to kit bash?
I hope not.
Or is it John Eves that just wants to link the eras? Maybe they said, as they did with the NX-01 to the Akira, no, so the NX-01 to the J, they were like, yeah, but it's got a link to the NX-01, even though it makes no sense timeline-wise, so we'll give it a deflector at the front, even though it doesn't work at all. So maybe they said, well, we've got a link to Discovery because that was our last show. John, do fins and stuff. And he's like, well, he's long past the point of arguing. He just does what he's told and doesn't care. Long since past. But even though that doesn't have any... Like, they're on the Excelsior refit, which is also his design. But it's, like, so random, and don't put in that spot.
Yeah, because that's all I saw. And then I just locked my brain and just, it's a Shinjo.
But let's see, actually, Stuart. Picture 4, I did actually go ahead and render it next to a Shinjo.
There are quite a few differences. Yes. That top bit definitely is the same. I didn't realize the impulse engines were so different. It's clearly a different ship, but I don't know. Those fins, I can't get over the fins. I just can't do it.
Yeah. No, the left view looks very similar, but then the right view looks very different. And that's the problem. I mean, I like the ship in theory, and we like tugs. Although obviously line of sight, they can go sucker whatever, But I don't see any red basards on any of the views, and we can kind of see a few sort of perspective. I mean, yeah, if you go back to the first picture, the bottom rightest one, there's no visible basards. Maybe they're like slightly recessed. But even some of the ships don't have impulse. Right? I mean, who knows? This could also be work in progress still. But at least it's the first ship. At least they have got blue and red glows, and there is a bridge dome. You can see it. Although I don't know if you caught it, Stuart, but there is a bridge window on the hero ship, Picard's hero ship. So I'm going to assume they're going to retcon in. Well, it's the future, but demand that we have windows in all future ships, and therefore, it was just a phase between TOS and Nemesis and all these windows. Because really,
No, I like the idea of a tug. Like we've seen the Ptolemy class tug in TOS, but it was never in TOS. It was always side cannon and stuff. So the fact that they've done this is kind of cool. I like that. The cargo modules are cool, and I'm looking forward to kind of seeing these from different angles because the front, it's obviously not a saucer. It's like wings almost, and then like a more narrow front end. So it'll be interesting to see how these look because I think they might be a cool looking ship. So I will say that these are new ships for Picard for sure. I don't think they're pre-existing Discovery assets.
Yeah, no. But I mean, like I said, they're going to stylistically want to link, and we do know that in the next episode there's a 100% Discovery reference, which we'll talk about next week, which is sad. But so but again, it's their last show. But we said early on that the best thing they can do is just completely divorce themselves from that. What I like about this ship, we have seen two tugs in canon. We've seen the DS9 one, which was in one shot, and it was just a kit bash like little monster thing. And then in Discovery, we do see a kit bash tug, which was a combination of 3 of the other ships, which is now Eaglemoss are releasing. I think very very soon. And it's just a kit. I mean, it looks fine. It has a very similar feel to this. That's what pulled the Enterprise at the start of season 2. This, when I look at that, so each perspective of the ship feels different. It's kind of nice like that. It kind of feels... The first picture, the middle right ship, looks a lot to me like feels to me, I should say. I know it doesn't look, but it feels to me like that one ship we saw in TNG that the Vulcans took to Romulus, or the Romulans stole, and it has that very some back feel and then a front thing. So it kind of feels like that's the civilian-y... maybe the Vulcans want to help. Like, these could be Vulcan Federation ships, because each one might have a slight variation of design. They want to go help Romulus. That's kind of something I pull from them. But, I mean, each view is so radically different, it's kind of hard to get that vibe.
Yeah. Well, and going back to that first picture again, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see the front of the ships. That's how they're going to be shaped, and you can see the bridge domes, which is kind of neat, actually. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to point those out as well.
Looks like the Sydney class, the Janolan. Feels like that.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I was trying to think in my head what it looked like, but you're right.
But at least we have a lot of this stuff that potential. At least they've got a few other things right. But I mean, they would be insane not to have blue and red glows. Although obviously the Shinjo had blue and red glows, just whatever. The one thing that kind of annoyed me about this whole scene is that why are all the ships on the same exact plane? It looks so unnecessarily busy. It should be. And where are the shipyards? If this is Mars, I don't know. We'll see. This is just the whole premise of the Armada is heavily flawed and poorly thought out. Obviously, that might be revealed to be something else. But Stuart, why aren't the Romulans doing this? They have like tens of thousands of ships. Why aren't the Romulans evacuating the people? Why was the vibe exclusively we need to send our Armada to save them when they've got an entire Star Empire worth of ships?
I don't know if it was to save them necessarily, but to aid them.
Well, they said millions of Romulans died because this fleet was destroyed, implying the Romulans didn't have ships to evacuate all their people. But it's like, I mean, surely if the Romulan fleet would have enough to evacuate most of them because they've got tens of thousands of ships. Again, it feels poorly thought out, but we'll see. Yeah, hopefully we'll see more ships though than just the Rescue Armada. And I'm crossing my fingers that once Picard goes rogue with his weird-looking non-Federation ship, that we're going to see, like Renegade, Star Trek Renegade, the fan film, like an Archer going after him, and so we see also the Federation perspective, either hunting him or helping him by the end. So we see them in uniform on a bridge with the L-cars, more classical Trek something, to counterbalance the completely non-Trek looking his ship, which looks completely generically nothing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get that parallel, and then we'll see some Federation, because I'm sure they want to sell ships, so we're going to need to see ships, and Ben Robertson and Regan must have said there are ships, but, we need to see them being used.
Maybe Captain Harry Kim goes after him. That'd be cool.
Or Geordie on the Challenger.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, that was the thing. But I mean, go back to picture 3 for a second, just the, because you kind of get a few little hints.
Yeah.
of the ships. Weirdly, no impulse engines are active in any of these ships. Don't know why. But you can see the bridge dome. There might be a window there. I think that's probably a window line. But I flipped these because they were reversed in the episode. And here you are. FN special report. And then back to the Shinjo bit. Just again, just reiterate. It has a visual similarity, but clear design is completely different, but stylistically very similar.
Yeah.
And certainly intentional to make us think that it's connected in some way. But I do like the engines, I think. But can you imagine John, the paradigm of asking John, design another future thing that looks like the future, like nothing else from Stowe, or, the task is just,
Those impulse engines on the new tug look exactly like the impulse engines on the Sovereign class Enterprise E. The way they're blended into the hull like that. So you can definitely see that, at least some kind of lineage there. So
exactly.
Anyway, yes, a lot more videos to come. Every episode we're going to have breakdown videos talking about new ships, new tech, a lot of cool stuff. So stay tuned. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to put your comments down below. What did you think about this ship? Did you think it was a Shinzo? Did you think it was the Walker class or another Discovery ship when you first saw it? If you even saw it, let us know in the comments down below.
And of course, please support us on Patreon if you can. The monthly donation service. We do a lot of these little videos for you during the new shows, and they take time, effort, thought, and graphical work and such. So if you do want to support, so that we can keep making more and more and more, and just never stop. Patreon, great way, or a one-time donation at Trekyards.com, or join our weekly lives on YouTube/Trekyards. We do a range of topics on Picard at the moment, and Super Chat is a great way of helping the channel there.
That's right. So until next time, guys, I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Connor Combs. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.